Hi there, welcome back to my channel. So I did get my project done on time this week. I'm so, I guess, proud of myself because I don't normally get them done on time. Usually they kind of roll over into the next week. Occasionally, if it's like a small paper pad or paper pack, I can get them done early, but I was really not thinking I would get this done on time, and here I am filming on Friday night, so I'm really pleased with this. But anyways, so this week I used the Graphic 45 Steampunk Spells. This was an 8x8 pack that was brand new. In fact, when I grabbed it out, I did not realize that this was a Halloween one. I didn't pay attention. Usually whenever I go to grab things out that I'm going to work with, I just grab them and I don't actually look at them. So anyways, this is what I have. And right here I have my scraps. There's a ton of cut aparts still. I tried to use as many as I could. I'll show you something that I came up with to use these. So there are a few of those left. And then of course there's some of these actual journaling cards that I didn't get a chance to use. So these will be fun to just tuck into journals and things later on down the road. So I'm not, I'm not disappointed that I still have some of these left. I can always use these later on. And let me move this out of the way so it's not like distorting what you can see. And then as you can see, there's just a few, even there's like solid cardstocks in here and stuff. So more of those little tiny cut aparts. Not a ton left. I used up a good amount. But yeah, so trying to grab all those out. But anyways, so there are some scraps left. Not too many. Not something that I feel like I could start a whole nother project with. Yeah, there wasn't enough for me to do another project with. They're too small. So anyway, so this is what I've got left. Let me show you now what I ended up making. So, all right. So the first thing I decided I wanted to do with this was I knew I wanted to make, actually, before I get there, I'm going to work backwards. So I'm going to show you what I made with the scrappy pieces and then work all the way up to my main idea for the projects. So smallest to biggest, okay? So smallest wise, I have these little tiny, I know there's another one. My little girl was just in here playing with my things. And so, oh yeah, two more. I came up with these little tiny like folios to kind of hold those cut aparts. And let me see if yeah, I'll try to hold them up a little bit more. So these little tiny folios, I kind of wanted to make something to hold those little itty bitty cut aparts. And so I'm going to show you what I did. They're all different, so I'll probably have to just show you what all of them are. So what I did was I took a piece of file folder and cut it down, folded one edge of it so that I could have these little pockets at the bottom. And as you can see, this one, some of the pockets ended up being way too tiny for me to fit these little tiny cut aparts in comfortably without having to cut them down further. So I did have to make some tags like for this one, for instance. And so some of them have pockets, and then the other side that does not have a pocket has like this little empty space. You could do a tiny photo there. I have cleaned my craft room and now I can't find anything. So my little tiny photos that I normally have just set to the side to show you, I don't have them. So this will not hold a 2x2 photo. It might, yeah, it would hold like a 2x1.5 comfortably, I think. Let me just grab my ruler because I do have that right here. So comfortably you could do a 1.5 by a, 2-inch photo. So if you want to do a full sheet of collage photos and you wanted to add those in, you could do those on those blank spots, or you could just like put little stickers or something on there. And then you've got little tags here, and then these little tiny paper clips to kind of hold in some of the cut aparts too. So that's what this one looks like. And this one is just a Tim Holtz Halloween sticker. It says Wonderful Secret. I tried to use some of these little stickers throughout that I had. All right, this one has, these three have these little foam sticker cut apart, or not cut aparts, but little foam stickers. I don't remember where I got these. I don't think these ones were from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure, but I do really love them. All right, so this is what this one looks like. As you can see, I was able to be more careful with how I did my gluing, so I was able to fit more of these cards in the pockets. This one does have a little tag there. And yeah, that's a Tim Holtz clip. I added some of the ribbon like I used for the thing. I need to use my lighter to kind of melt those edges though, so they stay. So there's that one. Here's another little cat one. So this was a fun way to use up some of the file folder scraps And then also those little itty bitty scraps that I had from this collection. Okay, so for this one, this is actually a page, pocket page. And my intention was to do all of them like this with these. Whatever was not a pocket here, I was going to make them a pocket on this side. And I completely forgot after so I did this one, walked away, came back to finish my projects, forgot all about that. And so yeah, none of the other ones ended up doing that. And then, so here's this one. This was the first one I made. I got a little pumpkin on the front. And yeah, there's the pockets there. The backs. See, like this one, for instance, these are little pull-out pieces you can journal on. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing with these. This was really fun, quick, easy, cute project to make. And yeah. The only thing, so this is a collection that I would not buy again. I wish there was more pumpkins in it. I'm not really a fan of Halloween, really, at all. And I'm not a fan of the creepy, crawly, scary, spooky type stuff. And I feel like this collection kind of aired more on that side. But, you know, it is what it is. I worked with what I had, so that's what I ended up doing this week. All right, the other thing I have, actually, I'm going to pause my video real quick. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how what I ended up using to make these, and I forgot to grab it. Okay, so I'm back. So I ended up making these cute little tiny notebooks using some of the cut-aparts. And so what I had to do for this was, because these cut-aparts did not go all the way to the top, I did grab some of the strips of scraps to just kind of finish the top to make the edge. And you could tell it more before I punched the holes, but now that the holes are punched, you really can't tell that I did that at all. So that's fine. So let me show you. I think I have 8 of these. So these were second to last project I did, because I really wanted to use up as many of those cut aparts as I could. And I think in this size, I think I did end up using all of these. And these were like a 2 by 2.5 inch size. So these notebooks are 2 by 3s. And you may notice that all of the pages are very colorful, and I tried to kind of coordinate them with what was on the covers. And I got that from this. This is a flashcard set that I picked up from Amazon. There's 1,000 cards in here. So I ended up doing 25 in each of these books. So as you can see, I still have a ton left. Hardly made a dent. And I will link these down below if these are still available. But whenever I came across these on Amazon, I was like, oh, these are so cool. And I wasn't sure. I've had these for, you know, probably a few months, several months now. And I never had pulled them out to use them. And then whenever I saw these, I thought these would be perfect with this. So this worked out really good. So they're just blank flashcards is what they're supposed to be. And yeah, they were perfect. I didn't have to cut anything. Well, except for the covers and, you know, the papers I used for the covers. So this was super quick for me to make, just because I could just grab these out and not have to worry about cutting papers a bunch of times. So I will link those down below if you're interested in those and if they're still available. If not, I'll put a little note beside them down below that they are not available. I try to do that if there's something that's not available that I do mention. Okay, so these are what I have. Yeah, using those cut aparts. Oh, I guess I could show you what they look like. So I try to coordinate the backs of them to the front and the inside, yeah, as well. I tried to coordinate as best as I could with the orange. And see, there's that pattern on the back and front. Just some stripes on the inside. Just kept with the blue on the back. All right, this one's Miss I'm Afraid. I thought that was kind of cute, the name. So very curious. Just some floral like you see in the frame on the front. Beware. And then that's the same pattern up there. But anyways, so those are those little tiny notebooks. I've got one project left that I came up with for this 8x8 collection. And it was mini albums. So I kind of did a his and hers type mini album. I'm really happy with these. And I'll show you these a little bit more closely here in just a second. So we've got a boyish one and then a girlish one, I guess, with a lady on the front. This is Miss I'm Afraid. This is Dr. Dreadful here. And yeah, I had fun making these. So most of I was looking on YouTube for 4x4 albums, and I felt like a lot of the 4x4 albums, I saw the bases were 4x4. I wanted the pages to be 4x4. So these covers are actually 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I did not follow a tutorial. I was planning on it, and I ended up just kind of doing my own thing, coming up with my own design for it. And yeah, so these were perfect because I figured if I used a 4x4 size, I could cut my 8x8s perfectly 4 ways, and then I would have 4 different sections of 4x4 pages, and that would help me fill up an album. And that's exactly what happened. I used up most of my papers. By the time I got to these projects, I had, I think it was 2 full 8x8s left. And so all these projects here, I feel like I did pretty good with, you know, using up what I had. And I did not dig into my stash at all to kind of find filler papers this time around. Usually I do end up having to do that. I didn't have to do that this time. So let me show you this one first. So here we've got a little bat with some little rhinestones around it. There is a little gemstone spider right here. He is hot glued to that flower, and then just little roses. I think these are Prima roses. But yeah, I thought this looked really well. This is the full view of it. We've got seam binding by my scrap cabin right here. And then you open this up. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Right here we do have a little kind of photo spot. So you could put a photo on the front here, you could put a photo right here, you could journal on the inside, and there is a magnet there to kind of keep that closed. And so I just have it hanging over the pocket. Inside the pocket, I did include a couple of the journaling cards. And so those are kind of just tucked in with that. That is a pretty deep pocket. So these just get tucked in here. And yeah, so I'm going to go to the next page. All right, this one, you kind of have a little tab here. You fold it down. And then this flips up, you've got space to journal, and then these spaces for photos. So this, since this is a 4x4, little 2x2 photos would work really well throughout this album. As well as the other sizes, the 3x4s, and all of that. This opens up here, you can journal on the side. And then here, this folds down and up. So this is kind of like an accordion fold you've got. And it goes up like this. I can't get the whole thing in frame. You get the idea. And then right here, we've got some of the cut aparts that are just tucked under here. All right, this goes this way. So this side opens up like that. And see, we did have these, I should have pointed these out, these little tabs at the top kind of help you know where to pull things down and out. And then right here, we have another pocket with a couple more journaling cards. So this is the same concept as the one in the front. It does have a magnet, and it's just a repeat. So even though it is tiny, I feel like there are plenty of spaces for photos, and there are some fun interactive elements. Not too much. I only have 2 signatures here, as you can see. This spine, I wanted it to be able to, like, once you add photos, you're going to see that this will grow. It'll add thickness to it. It's already pretty weighty. So adding photos, of course, will add more weight, which I like the feel of. I like a heavy album. So the spine measures 1 3/4 inches. And I was just trying to use scraps. I didn't know what size to do. I just kind of grabbed out some scraps that I had in my chipboard scrap bin and just kind of went with that and based how many signatures I wanted based off of the thickness of my spine. So anyways, I hope you liked that. Let me show you this one is pretty much a reflection of this one. Just the layouts are just a little bit different. So you're going to see that some of it's going to be a little bit reversed. I did put the tabs on this one at the bottom. And this one has a little skull up here, some gears. He had some gears on his hat, so I wanted to include some. And then we have some little stars just around it. All right, so here, this one is the same kind of pocket with a little magnetic piece that comes out. You've got a couple of the journaling cards, and that stays there. There are a ton of magnets in here, like everywhere. Every single one of these has magnets in them. So there's that. We've got the space up here, and these are the full 4x4 pieces. And then this side goes up like this and down, and you got a pocket here, and then space for pictures. This is when black cats prowl and pumpkins gleam. May luck be yours this Halloween. Isn't that funny? It mentions pumpkins, but there's no pumpkins in sight in this paper collection. I don't know. All right, then this goes down. So there's that, and then this is a repeat of the front. So you could pull that out, put different things there, but so I wanted to do use up some more 4x4. So there is that. Those are my projects for this week. I'm really pleased with what I was able to get done. 2 4x4 mini albums. I'm calling them 4x4, even though that's not their actual measurements. And then 8 of these little mini notebooks. And then 4 of these little teeny tiny folios, which I think are just adorable. You guys know I love mini projects. So that's for this week. Let me show you what I'm going to be working with this coming week. And I've already got some ideas of what I'm going to do with this paper. I've been looking at it. In fact, let me just shove everything out of the way. My little girl, she saw this paper and I let her pick out what I was going to work with this week. I think Tuesday we have our April video coming out for our Paper Stash Smash collab. And so I do a walkthrough of all the different collections that I'm going to be working with, hopefully this month. I can't guarantee I'll get through everything, but I do have a video coming out and I'll share with you what I've got pulled and set aside for this month. And this one, she picked out this one, of course, because there are mermaids and all kinds of stuff. So this is actually 2 partial paper packs that by Echo Park. This is Mermaid Dreams. I've used these. I don't even remember what projects I did with these, to be honest with you. I can't remember at all. But as you can see, I still have a ton of stickers. I have these cut-aparts. Oh, I think I did a prayer binder with this. Let me pull these out. Let's see what's left in here. So there's still quite a bit. I think that's pretty. So I do have these. Oh, these huge cut-aparts. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. There's that. Of course, another full 4x6 of cut-aparts. Alright, so there's those. Just add these with this pack. Alright, so these 3x4 cards, I think I'm going to do some little mini notebooks with those. There's those. Alright. And then I have this paper pack as well. See, it's partially used as well. Alright, so sorry about the lighting. It is nighttime, so I hope that everything comes across pretty clear. Alright, so we have a full sheet of stickers. These have not been touched. Another one of those sheets. Oh look, we've got some purple dyed paper tucked in here, so that's nice. 4x6. Some more scrappy pieces. Full sheet of 3x4s. Alright, so I see notebooks coming in the future with some 3x4s, 4x6s. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Alright. Isn't that beautiful? I do love that. That's really pretty. Okay, so that is what I have for this week. This is going to be a lot. So I'm excited to get started on it. 12x12s are definitely more challenging because there's so much more to work with. So I'm hoping I can come up with some fun things to share with you for next week. But we will see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through and this just recap of what I made using the Graphic 45 Steampunk spells. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know down below if you like the collection, and let me know too if you have any ideas of some things I could do with this, especially for this 4x6 cut-aparts. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Take care.